The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie gave us some of the best animation and music we've ever seen in the series. It was breathtaking, emotional, and absolutely epic. But when it came to the ending, many fans were left scratching their heads. How exactly did Tanjiro kill Akaza? Why didn't Akaza die right away after being decapitated? And why did he ultimately choose to end his own life? More importantly, what does this mean for the story moving forward? What happens next in the final battle? Don't worry, I'm going to break everything down for you step by step. So, let's begin. The fight between Akaza, Giyu, and Tanjiro in the Infinity Castle arc starts when Akaza ambushes them as they search for Muzan. Akaza is shocked and furious to see Tanjiro again, and the battle kicks off with brutal intensity. Tanjiro fights with his hinokami kagura techniques, while Giyu joins in with his water breathing. At first, Akaza doesn't take them seriously, but soon he realizes these two are no ordinary opponents. As the fight heats up, both Tanjiro and Giyu unlock new powers. Tanjiro manages to enter the transparent world, a heightened state of awareness where he erases his presence and becomes unreadable. At the same time, Giyu awakens his Demon Slayer mark, giving him a massive boost in strength and speed. Tanjiro notices something crucial. Akaza isn't just strong, he has the ability to sense his enemy's fighting spirit. Basically, their killing intent. That's how he's always one step ahead of every move. But Tanjiro remembers his father's words about the transparent world. In this state, he can let go of all intent, all tension, and make his presence vanish completely. If Akaza relies on reading fighting spirit, what happens if there is none to read? In that slowed-down world, Tanjiro unleashes the hinokami kagura, setting sun transformation. Moving with pure clarity and selflessness, he slices clean through Akaza's neck. For the first time, Akaza is caught off guard. He can't understand how he lost track of Tanjiro. In that instant, Tanjiro had achieved something beyond raw power. He had reached a level of mastery that combined skill, willpower, and a calm, unshakable heart. With Akaza's head separated from his body, it looks like the fight is over. But the shocking twist is that Akaza doesn't die. Even without a head, his demon body continues to fight. During this struggle, Akaza's human memories return. He remembers his tragic past, the people he cared about, and especially Koyuki, the girl he once loved. This flood of emotion, combined with Tanjiro's compassion, awakens something in him. Akaza ultimately chooses not to regenerate, and instead lets himself fade away, ending his own life. And that wraps up one of the most emotional and dramatic fights in the Infinity Castle arc. But this ending leaves us with some big questions. How exactly did Tanjiro manage to kill Akaza when no one else could? Why didn't Akaza die instantly after being decapitated? And why did he choose to end his own life? Let's go through each of these one by one. How did Tanjiro kill Akaza? Tanjiro realized that Akaza wasn't just fighting with brute force. He had an almost supernatural ability to predict every move. This was thanks to Akaza's compass needle, a technique that let him sense the fighting spirit, or killing intent, of his opponents. It was as if Akaza could read their very thoughts by detecting the raw willpower behind their strikes, making him nearly impossible to outmaneuver. But in the middle of this brutal clash, Tanjiro remembered a lesson his father once taught him: the transparent world. This was a rare mental state where a warrior's intent and presence completely faded away, leaving nothing for an enemy to detect. By calming his mind and letting go of all aggression, Tanjiro entered the transparent world. His senses sharpened dramatically. He could see through Akaza's body, noticing every tiny muscle contraction, breath, and shift in blood flow. Time itself seemed to slow down. With no fighting spirit to sense, Akaza's compass needle failed. For the first time, he was blind to his opponent. Seizing this rare moment, Tanjiro unleashed the hinokami kagura, setting sun transformation. Moving with perfect clarity and selflessness, his blade cut clean through Akaza's neck in a single, decisive strike. Akaza was shocked. He had no way to anticipate or counter Tanjiro's attack. How did Akaza not die despite being decapitated? Normally, cutting off a demon's head is enough to kill them instantly. But the upper moons are on a whole different level. Like Muzan himself, the highest-ranking demons possess regeneration so powerful that even decapitation can't kill them. Akaza's body continued to fight despite losing his head, driven by sheer demonic power and will. It shows just how terrifyingly resilient the upper moons are compared to ordinary demons. Why did Akaza kill himself? This is where the fight becomes truly emotional. Despite his overwhelming regenerative abilities, Akaza ultimately chose not to heal. Why? Because in those final moments, his humanity resurfaced. Memories of his past life came flooding back. the dojo where he trained, his beloved Koyuki, and the tragic events that led to his transformation. Before becoming a demon, Akaza was a martial artist who only wanted strength to protect the people he loved. But when Koyuki and her father were poisoned by a rival dojo, his life fell apart. Consumed by rage, he sought vengeance, and that spiral of violence eventually brought him into Muzan's grasp. From then on, he became a demon who fought endlessly for strength, but inside he was still carrying grief and regret. When Tanjiro cut off his head, those memories awakened. The thrill of battle disappeared, replaced by sorrow and the realization that his quest had always been empty. In that clarity, Akaza rejected Muzan's curse and chose peace instead. He stopped regenerating and even turned his own attacks against himself, ensuring his end. By doing this, Akaza didn't die as just another demon defeated. He reclaimed his humanity in his final moments, finally finding reunion with Koyuki and his master in the afterlife. What happens now? With Akaza defeated, the Infinity Castle arc only grows more intense. The Demon Slayer Corps, alongside the Hashira, prepare for even deadlier battles against the remaining Upper Moons. Kanao steps forward after Shinobu's heartbreaking death to face Doma, the Upper Rank 2. Inosuke and other Slayers navigate the chaotic shifting castle, searching for the strongest enemies left standing, including Kokushibo, the fearsome Upper Rank 1. The stage is being set for some of the most emotional and devastating battles in the entire story. One by one, the Hashira and Slayers push past their limits, even as they suffer heavy losses. And beyond it all, waiting at the heart of the castle, is Muzan, the progenitor of all demons. The end of Akaza is just the beginning of the war's climax, and the next movie will take us deeper into these final, unforgettable confrontations. So, that's how Tanjiro was able to defeat Akaza. Why decapitation alone didn't finish him, and why Akaza made the heartbreaking choice to end his own life. The Infinity Castle arc only escalates from here, and the next film will dive straight into even more shocking battles. But what do you think? Were you satisfied with how Akaza's story ended? And which fight are you most excited to see in the next movie? Let me know your thoughts and questions down in the comments. I'd love to hear them.